Wait, how you doing? You a Browns fan?
Yeah, Browns bread, Browns dead.
Is that right? Are you from Cleveland?
Nope.
Where are you from? Lexington. We had a good practice today. Red Sox fan. It's good. Any Kentucky fans around here? We had a good practice today. Guys were flying around, and we, playing with what's his name? Ryan's back, and Jason's back, and so it's good to have that group back and working. I thought for the most part we're executing what we wanted them to do, and that the guys were playing with effort and playing physical and playing, fast and communicating well. So I'm pleased with the efforts of practice today and the earlier ones in the week.
Is it a sign of how long he's been gone? You forgot Flanagan's name?
Yeah, I guess so. Huh? Forgot his name. He's back though, and we're glad to have him back, and he did a good job.
What's the biggest thing he can add to this group?
I think that Ryan is very athletic, so he's very good in space. He's a very good blitzer. He triggers really fast. His biggest attribute is his speed and his athleticism.
As you get ready to face probably a dual threat quarterback, does that come just in time? A guy that can cover some ground there at linebacker?
It's nice to have. It is. It's nice to have a guy that's that fast and that can cover a lot of ground like that.
Does a guy like Greer sort of prepare you for a Matty Mock? I mean, he was able to scramble. And was that a good teaching tool for you guys?
That was. We showed the players how they could execute that better and how we could, keep them in the pocket a little bit better. And not only that, but when we have them dead in the rights, get him down. And that was part of our problems, and we were able to point them out to him and practice it, and hopefully it helps us into this game.
Do you have a feel for Reggie Nett, whether he's going to be able to play?
He's still questionable. We're just taking it day by day right now.
How did you think Jason played the other day?
I thought Jason played well. I thought that he did some good things, and that he was in the right spots, and he played fast, and he played physical, and I was pleased with him.
If Reggie can't go, or even if he can, what did you see from Corey Johnson on Saturday?
Corey Johnson is very quick twitch. He's explosive, and that's his greatest tool that he has. Reggie's quick, but his biggest thing is that he's physical and big and can strike people. And he can move around and make people miss.
So if you need the other in this game and you don't have Reggie, where do you go?
Well, we're working. Adrian Middleton plays that position as well. So we have Corey Johnson, we have Adrian Middleton, and then sometimes our three techniques and our ends can be interchangeable. And at our strong side end, Farrington and Courtney Miggins play that position.
How's Middleton coming along, and what do you like about him?
I think he's, in his second year of the defense now, so he's understanding it better. And I like that he has length and that he's physical too, like Reggie. And I think that he has a bright future.
When you went back and looked at all the video of it, did that look like the best overall game you guys have played as a defense?
I thought we did some good things, and I was pleased with our execution. We didn't always win our one-on-ones, but I felt like, we didn't always get the quarterback on the ground, but we were there. We didn't always defeat the route, the pass the route, but we were there to cover him. You know what I mean? So I thought that our execution was one of our best games, and I think that we won our fair share of one-on-one battles, but we didn't win them all. Didn't win them all.
So you felt like you were in position to make plays, you just didn't always make the play?
Well, I wouldn't say that it was a player or any player that didn't perform. I think that it was an example of good players on both sides. Sometimes we were performing at our best and they were performing at their best and they won. You know what I mean? So, but the Vanderbilt game from last year was probably one of our best performances too.
What's the key to slowing down that mobile quarterback like you faced last week, like you said, and this week?
Well, the key is that you have to keep them in the pocket. Sometimes with those drop back quarterbacks, you just let the dogs eat, and You know, he's not going anywhere, so just get there however you can. But with these athletic quarterbacks, you got to be smart in your rush lanes and make sure that you're very conscious of where he is. And if he pulls it down, and he tries to take off within your rush lane, then you've got to tackle him. You know, so and when you're rushing the passer, there's different lanes that each rusher is responsible for. Most of the time, you rush 4. That's a regular defensive call. You know, once you bring more than 4, it's considered a blitz. You know, and you can blitz 5, you can blitz 6, you can blitz 7, and the more you blitz, the more lanes that are taken up. But that also means that if he gets through one of the lanes, the less second-tier players there are to get him on the ground. So you may stop him from getting through when you blitz a lot, but then if he does get through one time, he may go 40. You know what I mean? And so when a pass develops, each player that's assigned a lane has to make sure that they don't get knocked out of that lane, or they don't try to work a move that may put themselves out of that lane, because then the quarterback will see that and then he'll take it and go. So to answer your question, it's important that you stay in your rush lanes when you face an athletic quarterback.
Is that just a discipline issue, having the discipline to know that you've got to stay in those lanes?
It is, but it's also, it kind of changes the way you rush, right? So if I'm rushing a quarterback, I may be get out of my lane, beat the offensive lineman, and then get back in it. But against this guy, you may not be able to do that. You know, you rush, you get out of your lane, and then he's gone. So it may change the way you rush. So.
Are there some young guys that, as this season progresses, are starting to push some of the guys ahead of them on the depth chart for some time?
I think that we have some very good young players within our defense, and it's the same names that I've been mentioning all year. I think Mike Edwards is a good player. I think Darius West is a good player. I think Derek Beatty does some really good things. We've already seen significant playing time from Denzel Ware, Quis Westry. Who else comes to my mind? Josh Allen has done some good things. You know, Josh Allen is playing in certain packages. Played more when Jason was out. You know, he played more when Jason was out. But all those guys, at some point, I expect to get playing time and to contribute.
You talked about those safeties, you know, contributing first, you thought, on special teams and sort of working their way up. Are they getting to that point where you'd like to get them some more time?
They are.
Actually
They are.
in the defense? They
are. They're right there. They are. I'm feeling more and more confident with them every day.
Were you expecting to be able to contribute like he has been so far? JD.
To continue his play? Yes. Yes, I expect him to continue to play the way he has and even get better.
It seems like Jerry Daniel has mostly played on special teams at this point. How have you seen his progression and maybe earning a bigger role?
Kinjera, I think he's a guy that, again, has a bright future and has all the talent, and he's getting better every day as well. And I hope to get as many players in the game as I can. He played in a couple packages for us. He was in that big set. He was on. I think he was in on that play on the 4th and 1. You know what I mean? He was in on that play, and any time that that package was called, he was out there in the last game.
When Flanagan and Forrest are in there together, both of them have talked about the relationship that they've sort of developed on the field. Do you see that when you watch film of the two of them together, that they play better when they're working together?
I think so. I think any time that you play alongside somebody for a period of time, that you guys become more comfortable with each other and understand how to fit off each other and how to communicate certain things that each of you see. And so it's good to have two guys there, along with Khalid, that have now played together 2 years.
How did Flanagan sort of stay plugged in while he was not able to fully participate?
You know what? He handled it like a true veteran. He was paying attention when he was on the sideline. He was paying attention when he was in the meeting room. He would stand back behind as the plays were going on and take a step and tell himself where he would go if he had read the play. And so he handled it like a true veteran, and I expect him not to miss a beat.
Everybody good? All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.